Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hasan Zeki. I'm your harbinger. I've got good news. I've got good news for you. Good news from Harbinger. Just after a while, I'll start up a fresh new JavaScript lessons, JavaScript course. I have already prepared more than 40 examples for the code snippets, and together with you I will show you how to run it, and I will try to describe each part of the code, and we'll see the result by running that code on a browser, internal browser or an external browser. And without wasting any time, I would like to start up our JavaScript lessons. Enjoy! Before starting our course, I would like to give some information about the environment that I've been using. I use Eclipse-IDE integrated development environment, and I created a directory here, JavaScript for YouTube lessons here, and within this directory I've already prepared some code snippets here just to share with you and to present one by one. And to start up JavaScript lessons, at first I'd like to give some information about the HTML codes. In fact, in HTML coding, we have got HTML tags. We call it tags. It starts off HTML and finishes /HTML. And within this framework, you have to describe head as a header, and you have to describe body, and within the body you write your codes how to be seen on the screen. And of course you can add some paragraphs so as to be shown on the page. And header 1 up to header 5 corresponds to the size of the font you will be using in order to show on the screen. And I'd like to take your attention here. Within the body, I create a script block, script and /script, and within this block I use this method, document write, and by using this header first, header 1, this body text message will be printed on the screen. Why I am showing this? Because before start up JavaScript lessons, at least you have to have an idea about what HTML pages, etc. And for the experienced ones, just they can skip, they can omit these minutes and start up with JavaScript demo 1 or 2. Just I have to mention all this, and by running this text, this header title name is printed with header 5, the smallest one, and this is a body text message. This body text message is printed with header first, the biggest one. Okay, and after that, outside of the block, this is another paragraph will be printed on the screen, will be displayed on the screen. And how about our next HTML code? Okay, this is the same. Okay, right now I would like to start up our JavaScript files. In JavaScript, it's very similar to the existing HTML coding. Okay, just one difference is that you have to mention script language, okay, JavaScript, and type text/JavaScript, and after that you can use this document write so as to be displayed on the screen. Okay, and all these things happens inside the HTML file. I created this file and save it so as to like this, JavaScript underscore demo underscore 01 HTML, and by means of this utility I use my internal browser so as to see the result. Okay, hello JavaScript world is printed on the screen. Okay, just when I use my Explorer, just I can run this by back right click, and I can choose here a suitable browser to make it run. I prefer internal browser of this Eclipse-IDE. And just I would like to show, take your attention here. Instead of writing here, okay, just we could prefer all these script commands so as to be outside of this file, HTML file. Just I would like to show another example for that. Look here, please look here, and here script language, okay, JavaScript, and type text/JavaScript, and I simply add another phrase here, source. This is extension file 0, and with GS extension, okay, file extension, and so there is no need to repeat all this stuff here once again. And how about this external extension, external file, extension file 01? So I created already here extension file. So just I simply transferred all the JavaScript commands here. Okay. This is another way to create a JavaScript file and HTML file. It is your option to use this one or to use it within HTML file. Within the framework of this JavaScript course, JavaScript lessons, I prefer to use it in HTML files structure. And let's go with another example, JavaScript demo 02. Okay, just this is an explanatory example. I gave this example. However, this can be run by another utility, Node.js. Okay, I can run this by using Node.js application. So it's gonna print out var1 so as to 10 and var2 equals to 20. However, this is not our context of this course, so I will plan another course so as to explain the bits and pieces of Node.js. However, we'll go on with our HTML and JavaScript courses here. And in our this file, I create a script file here, and this is to demonstrate that we can place some descriptions by using /, and this is also another explanation. However, the live code here, the living code, this is one. This is going to be interpreted when you run it in your browser. And just for mentioning this possibility. double slash for a single line, or slash asterisk and another slash. This is explanation. And what about okay, let's make it run this. Okay, just greetings will be printed on the screen. Regarding ignoring this explanation and this explanation also. How about the other? Oh, okay. This is just to show it to you. It is possible to use the full syntax like this, or just like this. Okay, so, as you see, when I run the browser, internal browser, it's already worked. As you see, you cannot see any HTML tags or body tags. This is also possible. And how about the next HTML file? Okay, here. How come if your browser does not support JavaScript files, so you have to mention it here. Okay, however, if no script, okay, this is another tag. Sorry, JavaScript is needed to go ahead. Practically, this is impossible. Almost all web browsers support JavaScript. Just in order to see this message, you have to disable JavaScript utility at your browser, and possibly you can see this warning. However, normally it's always show hello lost world when you run this HTML JavaScript file. And how about the other one? Next one. Here within script block, I use a function say hello, and say hello will recall a method alert hello while world. And when I define this function, where can I use this function? Okay, just within a body, okay, just I use input type tag. Input type will be a button, okay, and what will be the function, or what will be the event? Event will be on click, okay, say hello will be, and say hello function will be recalled here, okay, just here we recall say hello function, and value what value will be, it's gonna be a string. Say hello will be printed out or displayed on the screen. Just I can describe all this stuff, and once again, okay, this is script block. Say hello function is this defined here, and this is the body section. Say hello function is utilized here. And what happens when I run this on a browser, internal browser? Okay, just we have already created a button. Okay, say hello button. Let me narrow a little bit. Okay, say hello, and will be say hello text on it. And when I click on the this button, I'll start up say hello function, right? Just I click on, and we have already created an alert window. Hello wild world is printed out on this alert window, or alert pane, just I can say. The part that run when I clicked is this part, hello wild world. Once again, I'll to show it to you. Okay, hello wild world. It is almost easy, I think, to understand. Just I would like to show another example here. Okay, here so I simply want to I simply want to print out this message on the screen, document write, and after that this web page body phrase is desired to be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Okay. The other part is the same, and when I run this, okay, hello new world is printed, and at the bottom or the next line, on the next line, this web page body will be printed out. It is passive, it's not activated, it cannot be activated, as you can see. Okay, how about the next code snippet? Okay, just I would like to repeat the structure once again. When I use HTML file extension, I have to paraphrase the case once again. HTML tag startup, and this is the finishing, and head tag within this block, and body this block. Just this structure, and of course there is a title here. This structure is the simplest, I can say that the simplest form of any web page. Just when I run this, it's gonna give a title here. You can see, okay, title. It can be changed by yourself, and it works. It's printed on the screen. It's displayed on the screen as a string. Okay, let me show you another example here. Okay, within the body block, I this time define onload check scope, and once again I make it possible to use script commands here, and I define here a variable, my var, and I assign it as global. Okay, that's to say I define a global variable here, and at this point I define a function check scope, and this time I define my variable as YRL or local. Just it's in my native language, local. Okay, this time I define a local variable, in fact, and after that I would like to write out displayed the value of my variable, so as to be the global value or local value, and our script codes finishes here. So just when I run this example, I have to refresh this. Okay, local. That's to say, as a result, on the display on the screen, a local phrase will be printed out because, as you see, we have defined it in a local area, so local will be printed out on the screen. This is an example of using check scope method. Okay, let's show another example here. Okay, within the framework of body, I'd like to show you some arithmetic examples. Okay, script type, text JavaScript, and you can ask what it is. At the very first versions of script, you have to use this. However, in ECMA standards, thanks to ECMA newer versions, there's no need to mention this one. Just you can ignore this. And okay, let's start with our variable declaration here. I here define three variables. One A and B will be integer, will be numerical, and variable C is test string. And I define another variable here so as to line break. Maybe it seems funny, however, just I would like to perform this line break or skip the line command on purpose. And just by mentioning its name, I can make it run, just as you can see. And here our write method, within this write method, I'd like to print out, or I'd like to display A plus B, okay, and I define a mathematical operation here, A plus B, so as to be assigned as the value of result, and I here try to write the value of result, and after that I try to place a line break here so as to be an empty line. As you can see, without doing such an attempt, your text will be concatenated on the screen without leaving any space and without leaving any line and going with a fresh new line. You have to do this. And for this one also, after leaving a line break, and that means I'm leaving an empty line, this time I will show you a subtraction example. A minus B, this phrase will be printed out, and I define a result once again, A minus B, so as to be A minus B, and this time I will print out A minus B and another line break. And this one also for an example of multiplication. This is modulo example, and this is multiple operands and multiplication, summation, addition operator example. And how about this one? A is assigned A plus plus A. That means the value of A will be increased by 1. So this time I would like to get it printed, this phrase, and the same method. Okay, just I print out the result. And this is another example for decrement. B is assigned as minus minus B. That's to say it's going to be decremented by 1, and that's the end. Okay, just maybe it took some time paraphrasing. However, just it's very easy to understand. A plus B, A minus B, A divided by B, and A divided by B with remaining, or A modulo B. And ABC is summed so as to get a result, and increment example and decrement example, and after each operation there will be a line break. That's all. And after all this printing, a message, such a message will be printed out on the screen. Hello again. Set the values to different values and then try. It encourages the user to use it with different values and to get an experience about that. And that's the end. Okay, let's walk this one. Make it this one. Yes. Yes. A plus B 43. 33 plus 10, 43. A minus B 23. Okay. Here. A divided by 3.3. Okay. Here. and a divided by b with remaining, or a modulo b, 3. Okay. And how about this one? 3 of them is summed up, so as to get a 43. And here a is incremented by 1, so as to be 35. Okay, 35. And b decremented by 1, so it becomes 8. And after that, hello again, set the variables to different values, and then try message will be printed on the screen. Okay, this was an example. This has been an example for operations and increment and decrement. How about our next example? This time seems the same. Okay, just what I mentioned, this one, if I do not use any script commands, okay, within this body, okay, just as if an HTML file, okay, the same things, same context. Okay, it works. In fact, it displays something on the screen. However, script command would not be performed. Just as you can see here. Okay, as you can see here, all this bunch of data will be printed out as a text. Okay, as that text I can describe this. And in order to make it run, you have to add here script commands, just like this. Here, script type, JavaScript. Okay, just this is the somehow magic, and you have to remember to use this final text or closing text also for script command. And how about, okay, this was the same JavaScript demo. Let me disable this one. Okay, when I use script type as text JavaScript, and all the remaining parts are the same. Okay. However, I here make some changes here. I compare A and B, A with B. That means if A equals to B, so this is going to be A equals to B, and it's going to be a print out result. And if A less than B, okay, result, this is a logical variable. The result will be a logical variable, in fact. Okay, the result will be printed out. If A greater than B, this is another option. And if A does not equal to B, okay, this is another. And this is greater than or equal to B, and less than or equal to B. And this, all these are possible things for comparing A to B. And as you can guess, it's going to be false or true results instead of making any operation, because when you use this structure, you guys, result will be assigned as if A equals to B. That means identity. If identity of A and B is equal, that means like this. And of course, this is false, as you can see. Okay. Here, how about this comparison? That is translated as if A less than B. Okay, that's true. So the value of this result variable will be true this time. Okay, true. And that's going on. If A less than greater than B, this is false. Okay, because that's not true. And how about if A does not equal to B? Of course this is true. Okay, of course this is true. Okay. And how about if A greater or equal to B? That's false, because A is less than B. And how about A less than or equal to B? This is true. And the final phrase, hello there, and try it with different values, will be printed to encourage the user. That's the end of this course, you guys. I hope you find it interesting and easy to understand, because frankly I must confess one thing. When I started to learn HTML codes and JavaScript and Node.js almost at the same time, just I can say, that made my mind so confused, because there is a great similarity, in fact, within the framework of codes. However, environments are different, and the best way to understand it, to start up from the easiest easiest one, and to go step by step, so as to comprehend, so as to understand all the complexities of JavaScript codes and Node.js and other Vue.js, etc. And this is my advice for the beginners. Start up from the easiest one and go step by step. And when you have a hesitation, just make it easy, make it simplified, and you will see that you will understand much better, much easier. That's my hint about JavaScript experience that I've been had in future. Thanks for your time, and thanks for watching me. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel, and I will show you much more snippets in our next lesson. Bye bye now.